The salon is impressively spacious. Although the Maxima J30 is slightly inferior to its peers in terms of dimensions and wheelbase, there is more free space inside the Japanese than, for example, in the BMW 5 Series E34 or Opel Omega A. Ahead, even tall people can comfortably get comfortable, and 3 large passengers will not feel discomfort in the rear seats. You can sit here with your legs crossed. There are no comments on visibility and sound insulation. As a rule, we have cars in a good configuration, equipped with electric windows, electric exterior mirrors, central locking, air conditioning or climate control, as well as an adjustable steering column and an automatic transmission with 3 modes of operation. It is not uncommon for cars with leather interior and cruise control. Experts recall cases of repairing power windows due to wear of the guides. The glass warps and closes with great effort. Repair, $20. There were also problems with the lighting system associated with the oxidation of electrical contacts in the wiring connectors. For Maxima J30, only 2 power units were provided, a 3.0-liter V6 with 2 and 4 valves per cylinder. This motor was designed back in 1980 and turned out to be very reliable in operation. There are instances that came out up to 500,000 kilometers and still do not require major repairs. By the way, subsequently these motors were installed on all generations of Maxima, as well as on the first generation 300ZX and Tyranno models. European modifications were equipped with the 12-valve version of this VG30E engine, and American modifications were equipped with the 24-valve VE30DE, the power of which was increased from 170 to 195 horsepower by installing blockheads with 4 valves per cylinder. The 12-valve unit is more expensive to maintain. Its gas distribution mechanism is equipped with a belt that needs to be changed along with the tension roller every 70,000 kilometers. During this operation, it is also recommended to install new camshaft and crankshaft oil seals. Work will cost $90 and parts $72. But the timing of the 24-valve unit is equipped with a chain, which, as a rule, nourishes the entire life of the motor. On older cars, the exhaust manifold gasket often burns out. Its replacement is very time-consuming. In most cases, the nuts tightly stick to the studs, and it is almost impossible to unscrew them. Therefore, the studs have to be broken off, and then the stubs are drilled out and a new thread is cut. Work, $5 per one piece. With a run of more than 150,000 kilometers, the pump may leak. Spare part, $43. Work, $90, because the engine has to be lowered due to the difficulty of access. The Minders also recalled cases of failure of hydraulic lifters. Although the owners are to blame for this breakdown, they did not change the oil in the engine on time. Repair is expensive, $100 for labor, $25 for spare parts. On the market there are Maxima J30, equipped with both a 5-speed manual transmission and a 4-speed automatic. The mechanics are more reliable. As a rule, they serve the entire life of the car without problems. It is only necessary to change the oil in it every 40,000 kilometers. But with the automatic on cars that ran over 200,000 kilometers, difficulties may arise. This is a rather complex unit that provides 3 operating modes. Comfort, for economical driving, gears are switched at low engine speeds. Power, for active driving, switching occurs at high engine speeds. And auto, for normal driving, gears are switched at an average speed. Engine. You can control these modes with the button installed near the gear shift lever. With high mileage, as a rule, automatic transmissions need preventive maintenance, and this is an expensive pleasure, $500, $700, so experts recommend buying a car with mechanics. The car's suspension is soft and energy intensive. Independent front and rear suspensions, equipped with anti-roll bars, have proven themselves to be very reliable in domestic operating conditions. Most often, every 40,000 kilometers, you will have to change the front stabilizer struts. Spare part, $15. Work, $7. A little more, up to 60,000 kilometers, is nursed by the rear racks. Spare part, $30. Work, $7. But silent blocks of levers and ball bearings serve for a long time. Besides, these parts change separately from the levers. Sometimes there are versions equipped with a complex suspension with shock absorbers, the rigidity of which can be adjusted. They are not cheap, about $200, so if they fail, it is recommended to install conventional shock absorbers. Rack and pinion steering on all versions is equipped with hydraulic booster. On cars from the first years of production, the rake sometimes sweats, although if the oil consumption is small, you can drive for a long time, topping up the required fluid. And if there is a serious oil leak, for $150, $250, labor and parts, the rail can be repaired. Another possible problem is the failure of the outer cross of the steering shaft cardan. This occurs when the tightness of the anther is violated, which leads to corrosion of the cross. This malfunction manifests itself by biting the steering wheel during inversions, spare part, $15, work, $40. The American versions were equipped with front disc brakes and rear drum brakes, while the European ones were equipped with all disc brakes. There are no serious comments on the brakes. Experts recalled only cases of corrosion of the brake cylinders of the rear disc mechanisms that occurred when the anther broke. Repair kit, $15, work, $20. Buying a Nissan Maxima J30 can be recommended to car enthusiasts who prefer a large, comfortable, and well-equipped used car new, but small and with a modest mincemeat.